up, everybody? Welcome back to Las Vegas. You are listening to the CrazySexyCool podcast. I am your host, Bethany, and I am joined by my two friends, my co-hosts, my mommy friends. We have Meek and Elizabeth. What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
Here at CrazySexyCool, we give our black-ass millennial opinions about the crazy, the sexy, and the cool hot topics. So let's jump into it. Well, before we jump into it, I just want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in to us on the live show with Count the Dean. So we got a chance to meet everybody that's a part of the whole podcast network. So from Naima to Karen with Wednesday Service, to Woke Bros, to Growing Up the Same with Trey and Jason, and of course the OGs from Bomb, Amin, Jer. We had everybody on there, so it was really nice just to get a chance to meet everybody, and even meeting Tom, who was like our special guest on the Crazy Sexy Cool segment. And we played a cool game, one of our favorites here, Fuck, Marry, or Kill, which was crazy because he did not know who Tiana Taylor. He doesn't know who she is. Even after saying that's Iman Shumpert's wife, he was still kind of like, okay. But but yeah, so we played Fuck, Marry, Kill with him and with Trey, and also, which got a lot of comments from the patrons who were tuned in, was when I asked Meek her Fuck, Marry, Kill, because we did a special problematic R&B edition. And what did you say, Meek? You said you would fuck, marry, or kill R. Kelly. Which one?
I was gonna fuck R. Kelly, and then I was gonna kill the Gremlin, and then I'll marry Chris Brown. And it's honestly, let's be honest, like it's all jokes and laughs, but some people was getting righteous. They was like, oh my god, you gonna pick sex trafficking over an assault. Let's be honest, they're both fucking bad as fuck. I was going off of like their music and like, do I think that they would be a good screw or not? And let's be honest, R. Kelly, he has the fucking hits. Seems like you're ready. Your body's calling. He sounds like he knows his way around a body. So like, and they all, what I'm saying?
It
like,
only makes sense.
And they're all abusive to women and shit. Like, so. We're gonna be problematic. Let's just be problematic.
Go all the way there. But we had so much fun. Like, I'm so ready for us to do a live show, to be in front of an audience, a crowd. Being that we're in the pandemic, like, I miss being on stage, period. So being on stage and being able to, give our podcast live would be so much fun. So yeah, that was really fun. And also, that was the last time that I had an alcoholic beverage. So I am currently dry for a few days now, and I'm going to try to continue to stay dry for like 30 more days. I'm just trying to do 30 days, Bethany.
Dry November.
I think I can. Like, no, I'm starting now. Like,
well, no, right, but like I'm just saying, like
November 25th.
Oh, yeah. So have a drink for Liz's birthday.
Also November 23rd, because it'll be the 24th, my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try my best to, not take any sips. Right now I'm drinking sparkling water. Mm-hmm. I haven't had soda. I haven't had Red Bull. Like, I feel good. I used to. I love Fanta. I like orange soda.
You really drink soda.
All right, Kill.
I do. Yes. So,
you drink like real soda, like, cause sometimes I get like a, like I get, thirsty for like a Sprite, but like a soda, like grape soda and stuff, like I would never drink that. I would never drink
you
that.
act like I'm drinking a Pepsi or a Coke. No, I like hot
sugar.
But y'all know I love sugar.
Yeah, so, she loves sugar. She's gonna be that friend that always got candy in her purse.
But I've kind of cut back on that.
Wow, Bethany,
I am changing my life.
This is gross.
Yes.
This is real gross.
With the sparkling water, try ice. I just bought some, and that shit is like dangerously good. So try it.
Right now, I'm drinking bubbly. And this is the lime one. I mean, it's all natural flavors, no calories, no sweeteners. So, you know, I mean, it gets the job done. Okay. It's like I feel like I'm drinking a diet soda.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm even drinking this and enjoying it, I'm like, who am I? Because like when I order like
Bethany Elizabeth,
when I eat junk food like pizza and wings, I like to wash it down with soda. Like I'm really like when I go all out, like I go there. But I've really changed like the whole tone. But anyway, let's jump into these hot topics. So I am really excited. The Southern girl in me is celebrating because we have finally a T.I. versus Jeezy battle that's about to happen. It's almost like a month away, but whatever. I'm excited because this is taking me back to like 2005, which was a great year for me. That's the year I graduated high school. I have so many memories tied to both of these artists, especially T.I. and Meek. I know you can attest to that because you've seen me. Like we went to see T.I. perform.
Bro, you're a T.I. fan. Like I had to put the right word. I had to go make sure I read the right word. Yeah, no, like she's like a for real T.I. Like she'll come through with her hat tilted and you know talk about about that. Like she's definitely a T.I. fan. Yeah.
T.I.P.
I am.
Turns into a whole other person. She's like she's like how you are with Nipsey. Like that's how she is with T.I.
Okay, Bethany. I'm learning something new. I ain't seen you a T.I. tip.
Well, it's been mostly because like he is problematic. Like the whole situation with him and his daughter and the whole like checking her hymen and like the doctor issue, that just really blew me. But even like I used to watch, you know, the Family Hustle show that came on VH1. And like
I watched a little bit of that.
I've said this before, like to other friends, because they have asked me, like, you know, would you ever do reality TV? No, because I feel like it really changes. It really shows people who they are. And I would rather just be a fantasy. I don't want to know that you're a dumbass. I don't want to know that you have these misogynistic views. I don't want to know these things. Because I think about, like, I used to love Kenya from Real Housewives of Atlanta until she got on the show. And I was like, yo, this girl.
She's a nasty person.
She is nasty. Yeah. So like it really hurt to see T.I. that way, but I'm like,
yeah,
it really is.
I had to break the bad news to you. Well, I know it wasn't just me, because I'm pretty sure you had this conversation with other friends. Because at one point in time, Bethany was going so hard on R. Kelly is canceled. R. Kelly, blah 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 blah. And you do remember we had this conversation in the dressing room, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And I'm not trying, in no way am I trying to say like what T.I. done or compare the two and say that it's just as equal. But it's like, if we're going to cancel people due to their actions outside of their art, T.I. needs to be canceled. Like, he's misogynistic. He at one point in time, he looked at women as second to men, and you know, and Bethany was like, well, no. And then the Hyman story came out, and she was like, dog.
Well, yeah. Because, I mean, it's just when you compare him to R. Kelly, I'm just like, R. Kelly is a sick man. That's a sickness that you can't, that a conversation and therapy is not really going to help anything with him. With T.I., even though, you know, he's doing like the Red Table Talk and he's going on different shows and people are like trying to educate him and he's actually sitting down and listening. Not saying that anything has really changed. He is misogynistic, but it has really changed like how I view him
and that's the reason
how I listen to his music.
That's the reason why I said at one point in time, because I can admit, because like, you know me, I was not for T.I. Like I wasn't for like how he would talk to women, and but I can say that because he's on a public platform, he gets checked. And he gets checked by well-equipped and well-experienced women, on like, well, no, you're absolutely wrong on that. So, and you can see that this man has actually like put into consideration, like, okay, maybe my thoughts on this were, and I could see it differently. Like the fact that Libra album has a lot of like female artists, and he's like speaking on that. So I don't know. It could be strategic, but I'm not afraid to give the man his credit. Like if you're trying to do better,
what?
do better.
I haven't listened to it yet. And that's crazy because when I tell you, I have always anticipated his album drops. Because Urban Legend came out like 2 days before my birthday. It felt like it was for my 18th birthday. I got to listen to,
look at her,
to
look
Urban
at
Legend.
her.
I was so hyped. Was it Urban? Yeah, it was Urban Legend. So, like, I've really been a fan of his since 2001 with his first album, I'm Serious. Like, my brother, he's like 4-5 years older than I am. So when this came out, he was in college, and this is back in the day when everyone used to burn CDs, and used to sell like CDs for like $5. So my brother would come home,
liquor store,
and I would take all of his CDs that he's like selling on campus and burn them onto my big ass desktop computer. And I remember downloading that, and I just could not stop listening to it. Like I thought this dude was so dope, and I just love how country he is. And then when Jeezy came out, I saw like a shift in like the culture in a way. Like I went to a predominantly black high school, so dudes was coming to school in like the long tees with the snowman on it. I'm not sure like how it was out west when like how they used to dress, but like the long tees with the Jeezy the snowman shirts, which guys used to get suspended from school for wearing those.
Yeah,
like
you couldn't wear them that long.
Yeah, because oh my God, it's insinuating, selling drugs and cocaine and blah blah blah. So guys used to literally get suspended for, repping their favorite rapper, who was Jeezy at the time. So I'm like so excited for this versus because when Rick Ross had his against 2 Chainz, people was like, nah, Rick Ross should go against T.I. And I'm like, no, I think T.I. and Jeezy, because they both are like 2 Southern trap music rappers, that it would be perfect. With Rick Ross and 2 Chainz, they both have like this Black Lux type rap.
So who are you going for?
T.I.
Come on, I'm going with T.I. and honestly, I'm gonna be real. I don't know much about Jeezy's music like that. Like whatever was on the radio, yep, I know about that. I know about some of his album cuts, but as far as like knowing T.I.'s music, I know that. So
yeah.
I'm going with Tip.
T.I.P. I'm actually going for Tip too because I feel like he's more well-rounded. Far as like he has like more songs with like different people, different features. Also, Jeezy, like he also had like a time period where he was like hot. Like I'm not discrediting him at all, but I just feel like T.I. got more songs, more hits than Jeezy. Jeezy got a lot of trap music that I don't know about. I don't know about at all.
I feel like both artists are like cult classics. Like they have like a cult following, and I just say that because of like shit. We've served when Jeezy has come, and people, some people that's not familiar with Jeezy, they've like, y'all got Young Jeezy is like, yeah, like people turn
out a crowd
and turn the fuck out for Jeezy, and
Let
then
me tell you.
He definitely has a cult following. I just think that T.I. has way more mainstream following than Jeezy does. But to me, I just feel like this is more of like the cult following battle because they both have like if you are a T.I. fan, you are a T.I. fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a Jeezy fan. Like, so I don't know who got it.
I just remember when we had Jeezy come to our job, it was the first time that I ever got a client, and they got a table and they spent $22K. They were so hyped just because Jeezy was there that they would pay whatever just to have a good time and throw money while he was performing. Like it was the craziest thing. I know Tip, he had his residency over at Dre's, and he would bring a crowd out, like, and he gives a good performance. So I'm hoping, like, I'm gonna be real. When it comes to performing, T.I. hands down. But Versus is kind of like a performance in a way. Like if you can put on a good show, more than likely you're going to get the nod because clearly saw that with Nelly and Ludacris.
Yeah, that was odd. That was very odd.
Nelly does not really know what he's doing, and Ludacris having so much experience in like radio and broadcasting, he hosts award shows.
He was so relaxed.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I do this. This is normal. Like, and Nelly was just like, let me play this song with Biggie lit. That I did. Like, bro, calm down.
He was lit.
You're way too excited. So I'm hoping like T.I. don't come out here and shit the bed because he's like too turned up and like his Wi-Fi is, well, I guess it's not going to be how it was like traditionally with Versus. So we don't have to worry about the whole Wi-Fi situation. I'm sure they'll be in the same room. But I'm really excited. So people are trying to figure out why he's battling Jeezy instead of Busta Rhymes, because Busta Rhymes basically called out T.I. like, you running from this battle. Let's have fun. Let's do it.
That don't make no sense though.
It makes no sense. And because Busta Rhymes was on Fat Joe's show, and I'm just like, he's talking about battling T.I. and I'm like,
but that sounds personal, and it sounds like we're not privy to like what the personal, issue so with that said, Busta, you gonna have to chill and do that shit on your own time, because that shit doesn't make any sense. Y'all not even in the same era. Y'all don't rap the same. Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, unless you want to go and spill some tea as to why you want to come at old dude. But other than that, that show doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. So if anybody, I would love to see Busta Rhymes go up against Missy.
That's interesting.
and even still, I think Missy wins. Not saying Busta is one of the greatest rappers. He's really like an elite rapper.
I don't think that's fair.
For a long time.
I don't think that's fair to do that.
I think about their music, their style, their production, like
they both they're both out of the box, but I just don't think that's fair, because like she comes in with the singing, she raps, you can like pull in your features, like she gonna be able to go places that he can't even touch, and that's not fair. So even though that they're both like eccentric in their approach to their music, because I feel you on that. Like if we were like doing a battle on like videos, definitely. That would be fucking fire. But like,
music videos, yeah.
As in like catalog, I don't know. I just don't think it'll be fair. Like, she got so much shit with so many. She got so much
fire. Yeah.
It just would not be fair at all.
Missy's the GOAT.
I just want to see Missy kill somebody like in a versus battle, because no one really is seeing her. But Busta, of course, because they're both so eclectic, I would see those two. But we're getting T.I. and Jeezy, and I'm super, super excited. I'm probably going to wear like a jersey with my hat tilted to...
Are you all tilted?
You like, please share some of this energy for this damn battle. Like,
go live.
Are you really? Y'all don't care? Okay. Maybe
go live.
I'm just from the South. Maybe it just hit different.
You like no, but it's not even because you're from the South, because a lot of folks out here in Vegas was like, they fuck with Jeezy, like for sure, like fuck with Jeezy hard. I just like, they both dope, but I don't like, as in I know for a fact it's gonna be a part in that battle where they gonna venture off into some shit where I'll be like, the fuck is this? Tune the fuck out, turn the fuck off. Like, what's this? What, I don't know this though. Yeah,
that's unfortunate. I'm ready. Like, I'm already like, I got my T.I. playlist. I was listening to some songs. I'm like, I wonder if he'll play this. I wonder if he'll play that.
Going head to head.
I want to see some more verses, like in like from the producer standpoint, like, or even from a musician standpoint, like, you know, like
I was just about to say, you want to hear goddamn Quincy Jones versus.
You're damn right. You're damn right. What's that white guy? Wait, time out. That white guy, he wrote for. Nah, it's not Rick Rubin. I gotta look him up. But anywho, he wrote on Off the Wall. He was a part of that one R&B group. Never mind. I gotta figure it out. But this dude, his writing skills is like crazy. that's the stuff I want to see. Like, I want to see that. Like, yeah, because people get up there. Like, that's another thing that I started to realize when I work in nightlife, and you can actually see it in verses. And I think that's the reason why I'm not always so into verses. It's because even though people are talented, they do not have stage presence, and you could see it. Like, and normally some people, it can be disguised if you have a huge production behind you and you got the crowd yelling. But when you don't have that, and you still have to be able to project your personality and stuff through the camera, everybody don't have that. So when I see people just sitting there and, like, can't control their body language and shit, I'm off. Like, I'm like, you don't even want to be here. So why the fuck am I sitting here listening to you, reminisce about some shit you made 10 years ago?
Yeah. So wait, so who gave you bad body language in particular?
Monica, the girls. Who else was it?
What I've heard some reasons as to why Monica was kind of giving some bad body language. Apparently, as far as like singing along or singing some of the songs that were performed, she doesn't have, I guess, permission anymore, or a copyright issue. I don't know. I don't know the whole tea behind that because I didn't watch it because I can't stomach such thick tension. You know what I mean? Like it's just too awkward for me.
And then
so
Brandy, I get it, and I'm not even trying to charge her, but because she's so industry, she tries to do that like little fake, oh, everything's fine, and it's like it's just very obvious that it's not. Like,
yeah,
like it was hard to like stomach that a bit, or even Nelly is one of them.
Nelly was just lit.
Some of them I didn't even really like tune in all the way. Like I missed the Jagged Edge one. I wanted to see
I did
that
too.
one. I
didn't even want to.
Yeah,
I listened back to like the playlist of what songs they played in what order, and there was a lot of stuff I was like, never heard it. Because my thing is, I think people need to have 20 songs, like strong songs, not like we have 20 songs that were like singles at one point. No, 20 hits to the point where you like.
You think Jeezy got so 20 hits?
No, I don't. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Jeezy fans.
Sorry too,
like, what?
Like
what
Jeezy
about
music.
this song, that song? But no, I cannot.
And that's why I say it's a cult following. Like, it's right. I don't think so. Shit. And I like it. I know that song. Like, I know
when he would
come
to Vegas, when he came to Vegas to perform, he would do like 4 songs and that's it.
And I would be honest with you. The reason why I love watching Jeezy perform is because the people rock with him so hard. You could feel their energy, like, throughout that whole venue. So, like, it just made you excited. You like, bitch, I don't know none of these words, but I'm rocking with you because these motherfuckers rocking with you, So, yeah. It's cool to see someone have that type of, like, impact on people, like, through their art. Yeah, like, I want to see some.
Would you compare that? Would you compare that to how, like, when you went to see Travis Scott, when we went to see him at Marquee that one night?
No, that's a
whole
different.
And you could see everybody.
That's a whole different. Travis Scott he has now, like, projected himself. Like, I love that he used, like, Astro, because he is definitely, like, out of this world. Like, if I was to see someone battle, and I know people might have something to say against it, I really don't give a fuck. Travis Scott, Kanye West, let's go. Like, I want to see that. Like, I really want to see that. Because it's like,
I remember saying, like,
and then low key.
A couple years
that's
ago,
actually a good one, Meek.
A couple years ago, I was saying, like, I feel like where Travis Scott is now is where Kanye should be. Like, he could have been doing all this dope music, but he's just so, like, gone. He's not. He's out of this world. Because him and Travis collaborated so much, and Travis just took a sound and ran with it while Kanye just got stuck.
I love that you're so nice to say collaborated, because that that's I feel like that's a bit subjective, because like they're both geniuses, but they're two different types of geniuses. Like, Travis Scott, he's the source of the creativity. Like, it comes out of him. Kanye West, he finds the creativity. He has the ability, the genius, like a Steve Jobs, to be like, look, I don't know how to do this, but I can hear it and I can pinpoint it out. And he'll go and like find like those, because a lot of those people that work under him are like fire, from fashion to fucking music. And like they work under him collectively. And if you notice, when those people were with him, his shit was at a certain level. When he no longer deals with those people, his shit drops. So
but Travis also has a team that are doing the same thing, that he collaborates, and a lot of people are writing and creating for him as well.
No, that's true. But the thing is, though, through all of Travis projects, it's still him. Like Kanye go through these different, it'll be like a completely different sound. Like his first couple of albums sound just like Consequence. You know what I mean? Then there's some albums that sound just like Travis Scott. You know, like you could tell who he the fuck was. Like they leave their signature on his work. Travis Scott, yeah, he has that, but it's still Travis Scott, which means that some of his creativity is still, you know, like it's being projected, you know, further than whoever he's working with. That's yeah. But
I don't want to see them in the verses. That
I would love. Well, first off, you already know it's gonna be
they just come from two completely different eras. Like I feel like without Kanye, we wouldn't have an artist like Travis Scott. You know what I mean?
True. Exactly.
So I that's like, you know,
that's like
someone to go against.
That's like Jordan against Kobe. But I still think it would be like dope to kind of compare. Like, I mean, we could still compare. We could still put Jordan and Kobe on 1-on-1. Like they played each other before. Like, you know, and whoever gets it. Now it doesn't outshine that, you know, that Kanye is still a creative genius, even though he's gone crazy. Like, doesn't take away from that. It's just for entertainment.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. All right, so on to this crazy Twitter thread that surfaced once this girl posted a screenshot of a conversation that she was having with a guy where he was asking her for money. And she was just so like mind blown that a guy will have the audacity just to even, for one, just ask her for money. But two, the way that he did it was kind of like, it was just like, dude, where's your dick?
It was fuck nigga shit.
Yeah, it was super.
It was straight. It was fuck nigga shit.
It was embarrassing, and it made me think about. Yeah, it made me think about the time where Meek, you stopped talking to a guy.
Because, I sure did.
Yeah, because he asked you.
Sure did.
Can you tell our listeners about the situation or how it made you feel?
I feel like this is the thing, is that like it's real easy for people to be like, well, you know, girls look at dudes, you know, for a bag, blah 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 blah. This has nothing to do with gender roles, because to be honest, I think whether a woman or a man goes into a situation trying to find, you know, some money out of, like I look at both, you know, like bitch, go get your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, like I said, it's all about like the energy. So like I'm not in business in like partaking in these games where it's like you like people ask for shit to see what they can get. You know what I'm saying? To say, oh yeah, you know, like yeah, I got her, you know, I'm about to get all her money. Like she out here, she cooking for me, she doing this for me, she doing like, you know what I mean, to give to like to make them look a certain type of way. I don't like shit like
they
that.
on some pimp shit.
On some pimp shit, right? Or to brag to their friend that they got this baddie that's willing to do whatever. Like to me, that's weak as fuck. Like it's completely weak as fuck. Like if you was to take all that time and all that like strategic ass thinking and apply that shit to yourself, you'll be fucking surprised as to how far you can go. So this dude, we were like, me and this dude was chilling or whatever, and it was cool, but like I just started noticing a common theme within our conversations was like what I can do for him, you know? And it's like, that's a turn off. That's a complete turn off for me. Like, if you constantly like, yeah, but like, are you gonna cook, or are you know, like, are you gonna like, nigga, no. Like now the answer is automatically no. And then so like I was like getting ready for work, and like motherfucker had the nerve to ask me to like drop him off some cough syrup on my way to work. And it's like, bruh, first off, I live 15 minutes and I'm on my way to work. You are fucking at home. Like, you're at home. You're not that fucking bedridden where you couldn't hop in your fucking car, go down the street, and go get your ass some cough syrup. And let's be honest, cough syrup really don't fucking work. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Or take your ass to the fucking, you know what I mean, urgent care. Like, I just think that, like, it's very inconsiderate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know.
He disrespected your time. Like, he's trying to make you out. He's trying to see if you'll go out of the way.
And if I was going to go out my way for him, and the way I look at it is the fact that I am a single mother out here and I'm the primary financial provider for my whole household. Like, the fact that I'm even paying you time should let you know I'm going out of my way. So
Elizabeth, have you ever had a guy ask you for money?
No.
Or ask you to pay for something or anything like that?
No. Have you?
No. Why do you think no one's ever asked you that?
Because I don't know. Honestly, I think I just come off a certain way. Like, nigga, ask me for something.
I just don't understand, like, how someone would have the audacity to ask. But, like, it's like, what is it about a woman that would make a guy even ask? Like, I would love for a guy to write in and say, well, yeah, I asked a girl for money before and this is why. Please, if you have a story, I would love to hear it because I just don't understand.
Me either.
I feel like it's never happened to me. And I feel like, I don't know if it's because of maybe they know who I've dated before, because a lot of guys that I've dated are paid and they have good jobs and they are never in a position where they need to ask me for anything. I don't know if I exude this like high maintenance persona. I honestly don't know what it is, but no one has ever no man in my family has ever asked me for money. And no guy that I've been romantically involved with or even been on like just a dating level, because some of these tweets that these women were sharing were like, I just met him like 5 days ago and he's already asking me like to buy him a pizza or to order him food or to help him buy some weed and he'll pay me back. It's like, like,
yeah.
And like, I'm raising a son, so and he's already at 6, like, we'll go shopping. He's like, let me carry that because I don't want you to have to do XYZ. Like, he goes out of his way to make sure I don't have to lift a finger. My son is already opening doors for me. So I just don't understand like how a man even gets to the point where he is comfortable.
I don't think it's like what is it about the female? I think it's a certain caliber of men. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, and because I feel like it's maybe
like
generational.
I think that definitely like if you are dating a certain caliber of man that's like always quote unquote paid, then no, they're not going to look at you as a source of like for finance. They're going to look at you
what?
For something else.
I take that back. I was with someone who makes a lot of money, and we were in bed one time. We were watching like infomercials, and this infomercial comes on for like this DVD set of like old performances or whatever. And he was like, babe, can you order that for me? And I was like, sure. And I ordered it for him because I know he wasn't asking out of like, well, I ain't got it. But it's like, he did for me financially. The least I could do was buy a DVD set for him that he wanted. Whatever. So it's just like,
and I think, and that's what I'm saying. Even that, I think that that's different.
It's a little different.
Like,
yeah.
like once again, it still takes a certain caliber of man, because not all women are, deal with those type of men that's making that type of money. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these niggas are on the come up. Some of these niggas is doing exactly what the fuck we doing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So
yeah.
I do think it's a certain caliber of man, like for sure. Where like you have these dudes out here that just want to try to live off a female, and they just weak as fuck,
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, a lot of those men live on the West Side. Like when I go out to the South or the East Coast, I don't fucking deal with that. Like I've like none of the guys I've befriended or like fucked with, whatever, ever approached me like that. All the men, like the men that have approached me, were from fucking Vegas or California. Like all of them. So yeah, I'm not saying all California men are like that, because you have different levels in Cali, but like it's definitely, I think it's just a certain like lifestyle or something that's like that is like accepting, and
I feel
on the
like a
West
lot of
Coast
these
that's not
guys have.
accepting on the East Coast.
I feel like a lot of these guys have uncles to be like, how much money she making? Like they really have been on this Mac pimp shit for, it's like almost generationally. So when they see her, oh, she got a good job, she drive a nice car. So what are you getting from her? Because it's almost like, who cares if she's cooking and cleaning? How much money is she
But
got a nice house?
But the sad part from that is, I know I forgot, I don't know if it was you I had this conversation with, where it's like you have men that have recognized that, like men from the East and the South that have recognized that women from the West are not accustomed to like to chivalry. They're like, we're not accustomed to it. Like a nigga come open my door, I'm like, the fuck? Like,
who are you?
Who sent you, nigga? Like,
come from?
Yeah.
Who people is this? Like, you get and like, and they've said that it's a lot easier to, I guess you could say, like, finesse women, because it's like all you're doing is just doing what you normally would do, but that little bit is just so like amazing to her, because that's not
what the nice guy approach.
Exactly.
Well, no, I literally
used to it. Whereas women that come from that side, they expect it. Like they will stand still at a door before, like, I'm not touching anything. Yeah. So
I will wait. Yeah. So I literally met a guy about this time last year, and he was telling me, because he's from New York, and he was telling me like, look, I love going out to LA and dating girls out there because I can do the bare minimum, and then it presses them so
that's where
much.
I got it from. I got it from you.
Yes.
That's where I got it from.
He literally said this, and I was just looking at this nigga like, what? He wasn't wrong, because he's like, I pick up the tab, I buy them drinks, I open their door, and that's all I honestly have to do.
The pussy comes just flowing.
Exactly.
The pussy, Lord, the pussy.
So yeah, and I really started to look at like what the dating scene must look like in a city like LA, where there's so many women that outnumber the men, of course, but then the small percentage of men that actually act right, they're probably already taken, and they honestly have their pick. They have their pick of women, so it's just so.
But also, could we say that it's a bit more superficial on the West Coast? Like the qualities that someone should have on the West Coast are definitely different. I've experienced that are definitely different. Like I've had, like, I feel like on the East Coast, South, certain parts in the South, people are way more intrigued by your education than like by your Instagram followers. Not saying that that's not a thing there. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's way more superficial. Like, oh, she a baddie. Like, she got way more than 50 followers. Oh, she light skinned. Like, that whole light skin thing is a thing in California. You know?
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's not like that on the other side. So I think that's another thing why, like the men on the West Coast, they had to come up with something, because, like, these girls were just fucking winning. You know what I mean? Like, they were fucking winning. Like, you would have, like, all these badass bitches, and then like they just winning. So it's like when you treat them like dirt, that's when they start or trying to see what you can get out of them. I don't know.
So
I do think it's a West Coast thing for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but please stay away from us. I don't want no parts.
That shit is weak, man. That shit is weak as fuck. Man. That whole pimp mentality is weak as fuck, bro.
But like, that's a lot in Vegas, though.
It's definitely heavy in Vegas, and this shit is weak as fuck. Like, y'all niggas, man, look, y'all about to make me go in on my whole curve. Yeah, bro, because y'all need to step it the fuck up, bro. Out here in Vegas, like the strip have led y'all wrong. There's way more shit past the fucking strip. Okay? And like y'all take y'all time trying to fucking look rich and don't have
you niggas
no
look
type
broke
of
as fuck.
right, bruh. If you got the fucking alphabets on, you know,
What?
LVGGCC, and I can see all that shit, like, bruh, I'm good. I'm fucking good. Money don't look like that. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Money does not look like that. Like, to walking around look like an alphabet boy. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're going to move on to our red light special. If you guys have a question for the ladies of the Crazy Sexy Cool podcast, shoot us a DM at Crazy Sexy Cool Pod on Twitter or Instagram, or shoot us an email at crazysexycoolpod@gmail.com, and we just may answer your question on the show. So it's a really, I didn't even run this question by y'all, but people want to know.
Excuse me.
What the fuck? Elizabeth, girl.
Excuse me. That's that kombucha.
So, we have some listeners who've been listening to our past episodes, and I guess they have heard that they've heard me and you, Elizabeth, say that we are not looking to get married, and they want to know why. Like, why did we get to this point? Like, is this just completely something that you don't want?
Yes. I can. Okay, let me go from here. The beginning. I say that all the time. Like, we say that all the time, Bethany. Like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married. And right now, in a part of my life, I don't want to get married. I just feel like I like my space a lot. And I don't know. Another relationship is like a lot of energy for me that I can't give right now. And I don't see marriage in my future right now. Not to say, I mean, there's sometimes I sit here and I get in my soft moment and I talk to Meek and I'm like, I do want a relationship. I do. But then like, I'll get over that phase and I really don't. After that, I'm done. I'm just like, back to normal. But I'm still sticking with my answer. I don't want to get married. Not that I don't want to be in a relationship, but yeah, I don't want to be married. I just feel like you don't have to put a title on something that's actually real. You know what I'm saying? You got to you invest that money into something else and still be in a relationship.
As far as like making it legal.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not happening. You guys will never get called to a wedding for me. It's
okay.
just, I just don't see that in my future. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, I don't know, man. My feelings all fucked up. So.
Yeah, like I feel you, because I feel like it's not that I don't want to get married. I just can't like see how that would happen anytime soon in my life. So it's just like not a priority. Like, I mean, if I meet a man and our relationship gets to that point, cool. Like, I didn't see myself living in Las Vegas, but here the fuck I am. I've been here for 10 years. Like, I'm not going to say never. It's just something that I don't prioritize. It's not something that I'm looking for, because I know women who are like, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to have children. I'm ready to buy a house. I'm ready to do this, this, and that. And like, this is like, they have a list of things that they want to happen as soon as possible. Like, they're ready to get it.
No, I got friends like that too.
And I'm just not, I just can't relate. And so when people are just like, so what, you don't want to get married? It's like, if I don't get married, I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
I'm done. I'm fine. And I don't think it should be actually a problem. Like, whoa, why don't you want to get married? Like, I think it's totally normal for you to say that you're just not in a position to, want to be married to somebody or dedicate your life to somebody. That's not fair to them because you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say, yeah, you want to get married because somebody proposed to you and you guys been in a relationship or whatever.
Right.
So,
I feel like a lot of people base women's worth whether on if they're single, married, or whatever. Like, oh, you're a single mom. Like, well, don't you want to get married and have?
Yeah. No, like, don't project that on me.
Yeah, maybe that's something that you want and that you see for yourself, but not everybody thinks that way, and it's okay.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely okay.
Like, just like when women say, I don't want kids.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay
one of those too.
For them to not want kids. No more kids. I had a friend ask me, if I want any more. And I think I was just telling you guys, like, when you guys came over, like, if I don't have another kid, I'm cool. But I wouldn't mind having one or two more. I'm cool. But yeah, so, Meek, do you want to get married? Because I know you've said before on past episodes that you want to have your person. Is your person, you feel like, a husband?
Um, I'm very unorthodox, like how I live my life. So like, all like if we're talking about the society, no, like how society views marriage, no, that's like completely out of the window, like out the door. Like I don't hold myself to like those type of norms. I just don't. Like I think it's stupid. I think people that sit here
She
and
said it's stupid.
it is. It's stupid. Like people that sit here and have this whole thing planned out. This man had said something and it actually made sense. How do you pick out your dress, pick out your song, pick out the venue, pick out your vows, but don't even know who the man is? Like
Right.
it's supposed to be a pure representation of your thoughts, your feelings, and the union between you and that man. So you've now like had this whole thing planned out and it does not involve the man that you that's
It
how you
doesn't make
know there's a
sense.
disconnect right there. So
I literally just saw a meme where someone was like, "My wedding day is approaching. Where's my husband?" Like, but I'm
yeah,
still single. It's like,
What?
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 yeah,
Because I think a lot of people had 10/10/20, October 10th, 2020 as like a dream wedding day because of, the sequence of numbers.
that
Mhm.
doesn't make sense.
And
That
so they're like, this is a day that I want to get married on. I'm just like, oh,
that's dumb.
okay.
That's stupid.
You made that up.
Once again, exactly, because once again, it has nothing to do with the bond of your person. Like, if me and my person decide that, okay, yeah, you know what, we actually, because you, okay, if I find my person and we actually are like, okay, you know, this we rocking together and we decide to pursue marriage, it would more be to like to further secure what we're trying to build.
Yeah.
If I become impregnated with our child and something happens to me, he can't do nothing about it. You get what I'm saying? Like things like that. So like it would like help secure that. But if we were to have a wedding, it's going to involve him. Like that date
It
is
has
going to
to.
be the date is going to be a special date for us. The song is going to be something that we will sing
Girl. Some
together.
some
Like
women just want a man to show up and be perfect and give this facade of a perfect
I do
marriage. And
think
that's weak.
I do
And
think
they
that's the
keep,
reason why the divorce rates are so high because people go in and plan this big party and don't realize that after the party is actual work that has to be applied to
Mhm.
like further along, the union. So yeah, people that it's just crazy because just like how you said, Elizabeth, when people be like, why don't you want to get married? My
Mhm.
question is, why do you want to get married? Do you even know why you want to get married?
Right.
And even more important, why do you want me to get married so bad? Like, why are you so worried about
Right.
whether I want to do it or not? I just don't understand.
Right.
Like, worry about your own relationships and your own, like, whatever marriage does for you in your life, cool. But don't worry about what I got going on over here. Cause
True.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I could be a really selfish person and thinking like me, what I think a wife is may not line up with what men want. So like, don't worry about whether
Look, look,
what.
I make it very clear. Like I love my space. I love like having me
Love
time.
it.
I'm very vocal about that. And I even stated where like it was like it was just one of those conversations that just came up and I was like, yeah, if this is something that we would do, we would need multiple homes. So you would have to
Hello.
have that type of grind so that way we
Ooh,
can obtain multiple homes. Like, and I'm serious about that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
dead ass serious about
what was
that.
it? The movie Sex in the City 2. Carrie had her apartment. She kept her apartment, and then they had their house or whatever.
Mhm.
Yes, I need a place where I can unwind. Look, we're all Sagittarius, so I think we kind of all have the same like thing where we crave our space. It's something that we need our own time and space. It's not that we don't love our partner. We just need space and time to like
Space.
regroup and rest so we can actually be worth, being
Right.
around because when I'm not if I need my space and
And
I
I
turn
haven't
into
got in a long time.
I
Mm-hmm.
turn into a mean person. I am not pleasant to be around. If I'm not getting the rest that I need, if I'm not getting the time alone, and I'm not talking about like just taking a shower by myself. No,
No,
I
no.
need quality
I
time
need
with
you
myself.
and your shit out.
You sound like Angela Bassett in
I
Waiting to
need you
Exhale.
and your shit out. Like, I don't want to look
Get
around and
your
be like, no, like I need all of that, like for sure. But my thing is like I said before, I'm very vocal about that up front. So it's like, you know what the fuck you're signing up for, dealing with me. And if that's not something you can get with, hey, you're not my person. Like,
Yeah.
Adios. What's the worst that can happen?
Which is why long distance works for me.
Yeah. I think that's the best.
I mean, it does have its down,
Yeah.
because it's like sometimes like when life starts getting hard and like you start getting stressed or whatever, it's just nice if like you could just go to your man's house and just cuddle up and then like attack the next day. That's nice every so often, but
It
like
is. But it does help though.
Yeah, no, but the distance, being able to like to plan something and be like looking forward to it, and like shit, like I'll pack certain outfits, and you know what I mean. It's kind of like, it kind of keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Like you don't get into that routine of like,
I'm tired of seeing your face every morning.
Doing
Especially
the same shit every day.
Especially with us being moms, because like being a mom is 24/7. So being able to go and see your man out of town or wherever, or he comes to you, you can like block off time for him,
right?
For them, like, so you don't have people calling, and like you don't have to go to work and like have to like sneak off and make a phone call. Hey, I was just thinking about you, like just to make sure that they are okay with whatever. Oh God, I'm just like, when I just think of marriage and relationships, it's just so much work.
I just think it needs to be redefined. I just honestly think it honestly needs to be redefined. Like the standards of marriage is just, honestly, it's just, what's the word I'm looking for, Bethany? But it's also it's not obtainable. Like, you expect me to love you how we are in love, like this forever, where we change like shit. Just even like within our bodies, our cell changes every 7 years. I'm definitely like, even within 7 years, I'm like not only physically not the same person, but mentally I'm not going to be the same person. Or even like that couple who, you remember that guy said something about like marriage and
DeVale, is that his name?
That whole thing. I love how open their line of communication was, and what people was taking out of context because they were only playing a certain snippet of that conversation, is that when he asked her that question where it was like, when I'm over here and I'm basically saying I'm asking you for sex and you constantly saying I'm tired, like, were you thinking about that when you were pressuring me to marry you? And her answer was, no, I was not. I did not know, nor did I understand what I would go through physically and mentally after some years of marriage, having 2 kids. That is some real shit. You go through changes. That nasty, freaky, sloppy head, sex giving girl you had.
She hung her up for a little bit.
Like shit changes, and that's the reality of it. And y'all have to be able to pivot with one another. But when you go into it with these unobtainable like standards, like you were shot down before y'all even were able to even walk. So
yeah.
Oh, good one.
All right. Well, that was a good quote. Do you have another one for us?
There, look, I make this 10, 25.
10, 20.
Don't get shot down before you're able to walk, honey. There you go. Yeah. I do have a quote though. I was over here looking at him. I would just say this one. Just keep it real simple. It's about life. If we cannot see the possibility of greatness, how can we dream it? Lee Strasberg. But that also, I can also tie that into what we just talked about. It's hard for people to redefine how they, like relationships and marriages, because they've never seen it before. So like when you and Elizabeth make this strong, secure stance of, I don't want to get married, it shakes people because that's something that's new. Like women saying I don't need to be bound to a man to define, you know what I mean, my life, you know, story or whatever. Like that shakes people, where it's like, well, I don't get that. Like, no, like you have to be able to see the possibility in order to achieve greatness. So there you go.
Amen.
Yes, me.
All right, thank you to everyone that has subscribed to us and who has followed us on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch us every Monday on the Bomb Feed and on YouTube on the Count the Dings channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take care of yourselves. We out.
Peace.
Out.